Today, let us study two topics. Those are sea breeze and land breeze. Okay. This sea breeze, it is also called as onshore, and this land breeze, it is also called as offshore. Okay. Why it is called as onshore? You can ask me this question. Why this sea breeze is called as onshore and why this land breeze is called as offshore? Okay, I'll explain it later. Okay. Okay. Now, before studying sea breeze and the land breeze, let us discuss few basic concepts in geography. Okay. See, those are temperature versus pressure. Okay. See, as we all know, this is the earth. Okay. This is troposphere. This is stratosphere. This is mesosphere. This is this is uh, thermosphere, and this is exosphere. Okay. So in the first layer, that is in the troposphere, the temper as we travel from earth towards upward, okay, like this, the temperature decreases. Okay, the temperature gets decreases. Okay, as we start moving from the lower surface area of the stratosphere to the upper surface of the stratosphere, the temperature gets increases. Okay, again in the mesosphere, as we travel from lower levels of mesosphere to upper levels of mesosphere, the temperature decreases. Again in the thermosphere, as we travel from the lower thermosphere level to the upper thermosphere level, the temperature increases. This exosphere, it is also called as ionosphere. Okay, where ions are present. Okay, all the radio waves will receive, right, all the antennas radio waves, those like satellites, through that we get radiations through this atmosphere only. Okay, here also as we move from lower level to the upper level, the temperature gets decreases. Okay, if you want to remember here, you can remember just the whatever happens here in the above layer, the opposite of that happens. Okay, like that you can remember. Okay, this decreases, increases, decreases, increases again decreases, like that. So this is what the temperature scenario. Okay, now coming to pressure. Okay, this is coming to pressure. This is earth. As we travel from earth towards the upside, what happens here? The pressure always gets decreases. This is the reason why you might have heard in hill stations and all, in the mountain peaks and all, it's very difficult to cook. Okay, the dal we use for cooking purposes, it doesn't cook very quickly in the hill stations when we compare that with the sea level. Why it is so? Why? Because the atmospheric pressure is very low in the upper portion of the hill stations, okay, compared to the lower levels of the hill stations. Because of that, it takes higher than the normal. Like here the boiling point of the water is 100 degrees Celsius, so here it requires, like, because the atmospheric pressure is very less, this boiling temperature is not sufficient for this dal to get cooked, okay. So that's the reason. Now, okay, this is the one scenario we studied like separately, okay, how temperature and pressure varies. Now, on the surface of the earth, there is a different scenario. What it is, let us understand. This is earth, okay, this is the surface of the earth. See, whenever, see, let us suppose this is the sun. Whenever the radiations are falling here directly on earth, this portion of the earth gets heated, okay. Because of that, the temperature here will be very very high. Since the temperature here is very very high, the winds which are here, they start to move upward, okay. There is an upward movement of the winds. So since there is an upward movement of the winds, there is a creation of low pressure belt here. There is a creation of low pressure belt here in this area. So always what happened here, whenever there is a higher temperature on any surface of the earth, like not just earth, it can be river, oceans also, okay, on top of river or the oceans. Whenever the temperature is very high, the pressure at that point will be low, okay. These are just in the opposite form, okay. So now, and one more thing I should discuss here, that is pressure gradient. What is this pressure gradient? When there is a difference in the pressure between the two regions, okay. See, here there might be pressure 1, pressure 2. When there is a creation of difference between the two zones, then this is called as a pressure gradient. Then always you should remember one thing. Let us suppose there is here uh, um, some 20 pascal, okay, pressure is there. Here let us suppose some 35 pascal pressure is there, okay. So what happens, see, always the wind always, this is always compulsory, wind always blows from high pressure belt to low pressure belt. This is always, this is always there, okay. So here what happens, since here we are assuming, okay, since this place might be having 35 pascal of atmospheric pressure and this might be having 20 pascal of atmospheric pressures. So what happens is there, the wind starts blowing from high pressure area towards low pressure area. See, why I am saying that this is a low pressure area, because as a comparison, when we compare between these two, okay, when we compare between these two, this okay, when we are comparing between these two zones, the atmospheric pressure of this zone is comparatively lesser than this. Okay, so there is a establishment of pressure gradient. So the winds will start to blow. From where it will start to blow? From, always, it is always true, from high pressure area to low pressure area. Okay, this is another concept you should remember. Okay, so now we can study about those two topics, that is sea breeze and land breeze. Okay, first let us study about sea breeze. What it is, let us study. See, one more concept here is, during the daytime, okay, when there is a sunlight, the land, here it is ocean, okay, the land gets heated very quickly comparing to the sea water. Okay, the land gets heated very quickly. At the same time, it will also get cold. Get cold means, at the same time, it also releases the heat very quickly. Both way, you understood, right? Let me explain once again. See, what happens is, whenever there is a sunlight falling on both land and water, the land gets heated very quickly than water. Okay, at the same time, it releases its heat, it radiates its heat very quickly and becomes cold when it is compared with the water. Okay, so this concept we should understand. Then, like, now we can discuss sea breeze. Sea breeze. Okay, see, suppose here is the land and here water is there. Let us take it as ocean or water, whatever you can call. Okay, see, I told you, here sun is there. During daytime, what happens? There is a sunlight which falls on both land and water. So, as I already told you, land gets heated very quickly. So, what happens? Suppose, like, it takes some time. It also, water also gets heated. It's not like it doesn't heat. Okay, it also gets heated, but it takes longer time. Water takes longer time. Okay, suppose the sunrises happened at 7 a.m. and now it is around 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Okay, in the evening, in the afternoon. So what happens at that time? If we see, the land temperature might be some around 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, at that time we may record the temperature of the water as 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, now tell me whose temperature is maximum, whether it is lands or waters. Yeah, correct. Obviously, right. This is 35 degrees Celsius is more than the 25 degrees Celsius. So what happens? What happened here? Temperature is high here. Okay. Please understand here. Okay. Temperature is high here. Why temperature is high here in the land we are saying? Because comparing to water, we are saying just a 10 degrees Celsius more is there, but it is more, right, comparing to water. So based on that we are saying, so temperature is high. Because the temperature is high, the wind starts blowing in the upward direction. I have explained this concept in the previous note, previous page. Okay, hope you remember this. So the wind start blowing, moving in the upward directions. Because the wind are escaping, they are moving from this place, there is a creation of low pressure belt in this zone, where above the land pressure is very low. Hope you are understanding. See, I'll write it once again. See, this is the land. Here 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, temperature is there. So here, because comparing to 25 degrees Celsius, this is high, no? So temperature is heavy. Because the winds blow in the upward direction, there is a creation of low pressure belt. That is, pressure is very low here. So this concept you understood here, right, on land. Okay, so now what happens? Since here the atmosphere is low comparing to this land, so what happens here? Temperature is low. Because of that, okay, the pressure will be high here. Because since the temperature is low comparing to land, the winds, they, whenever there is a low temperature, whenever there is a low temperature, the pressure will be high at that place. Okay, so I told you, right, just opposite scenario happens. So like that. So what happens here? The pressure is high, here the pressure is low. Here pressure is high, here pressure is low. Because here temperature was high, here temperature is low. So there is a creation of pressure gradient, I told you. Now here the pressure is high, so the wind starts blowing from this to this direction. Okay, from high pressure to low pressure. So now what I'm trying to say is here, see, whenever a person stands here, let us suppose I'm standing here. Okay, what I feel standing on the land, what I feel as though the winds are coming from the water. Okay, so these are coming to the shores. hope I am making this understand. See, wind. See, let's suppose I'm standing here. Okay, winds are blowing like this. So what I feel as though the winds are coming on shore, on the shore. Okay, so the sea breezes are called as onshore. Initially I told you, right, this is called as onshore. So this is the reason why the sea breezes are called as onshore. Okay, so these breezes are coming from the sea. From where they are originating? If I am standing here, I feel as if they are coming from the sea. So it is called as sea breeze and onshore, because if I stand here, they are coming over the shore. So they are called as onshore. So this is clear, right? Next, we will move to offshore, or what I said, land breeze. How this take place? Let us study. See, I told you, this is land, this is water. I told you, no? See, previously, so here 35 degrees Celsius was there on the land, and here 25 degrees Celsius is there. Now, if it is a night time, okay, here in the sea breeze it was daytime. Okay, see here I have written here, see here, day. So like that, here it is night time now. Okay, during night times what happens? During night time what happens? There will be no sunlight. So I already told you, land loses its temperature quickly than the water. Okay, initially when the day was there, the water temperature was some 25 degrees Celsius. I told you, in the 1 p.m. Now it is like late night at 9 o'clock, some 10 o'clock, or some in the midnight. Okay, at that time, let us suppose the 25 degrees Celsius, it from that the temperature got reduced to uh, let us suppose 20. Okay, take it as 20 degrees Celsius. Now, since the land loses its heat very quickly, here the temperature might be some around 15 degrees Celsius. So now tell me what happens. The temperature in the on the water is high. Okay, this is more comparing to land. So the temperature here is high. Temperature here is low. Because the temperature here is high, the winds start blowing in the upward direction. Okay, so because of that, what happens here? In this area, there is a creation of low pressure belt. Pressure will be very low. Okay, since there is a creation of low pressure belt, so what happens here? Okay, come to this thing. I will tell you what happens here. Okay, since the temperature is very low, the pressure here will be high. See here, compare this with this. See what happened here. Here the pressure is high, Here the pressure is low, so there is a creation of pressure gradient in this situation also. So what I told you, when there is a creation of pressure gradient, always the wind blows from high pressure to low pressure. Now which part has the high pressure? Now this portion has high pressure, so winds start blowing like this. So suppose a person stands here, or the person stands on the shore. What he feels? What he feels? Suppose, what I'm saying is, suppose a person is standing here. If the winds are moving like this, what he feels? He feels that the winds are going off the shore. From the shore, they are going off. They are going away. So hence the name offshore. Or we can call it as land breeze also. Because why? Because the breeze, the winds are blowing from land to sea. From where they are originating, that name will be given. So since these are originating from the land, it looks as if they are originating from the land, it is called as land breeze. So this is the concept of sea breeze and the land breeze. Thank you.